Welcome to Outside the Ring, hosted by yours truly. You're in for quite an interview. Learn more about the wrestlers that I interview, starting with today's guest. Welcome to Outside the Ring. I am here with my guest, DBA, the most dangerous man in Michigan.
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well, can't complain. So I'll start by asking, what got you into the world of professional wrestling?
Well, my blood got me into it. My dad started out being a professional wrestler back in 1974. Um, so I was born into the business.
When did or how long have you been wrestling for?
Uh, July, it will be 28 years.
28 years.
Yes, sir.
Some would say 28 long years.
Yeah, somebody said that. I don't know who.
How'd you get the ring name or character, the most dangerous man in Michigan, DBA?
Well, when I first started, my name was just DBA. The most dangerous man that came years later. Um, well, when I first started, me and my dad sat down and talked, and we was trying to come up with a name. I didn't want to be Malcolm Monroe Jr. I wanted to branch off and do my own thing. So we came up with the name DBA. And then years later, after my dad passed away, I found out that his best friend, my great referee, A.T. Huck, was the one that really came up with the name DBA.
Where did you start wrestling at? Like, what was your first promotion?
Uh, It was in Canada for a guy named Sean Brown up in Chatham, Ontario. Uh, because my dad had me trained by one of the best trainers in the world, Denny Cass, God rest his soul. Um, and my dad didn't have any spots on his show. He was running monthly shows at the time when I trained, and he didn't have no spot for me on his show. So I actually started wrestling over in Canada first.
So, did you? I see an XICW poster behind you. Is that your guys' upcoming show?
Yeah, that's the upcoming show on St. Patrick's Day.
Did you start XICW?
Yes, me and a friend of mine named Sean Smiley, we both started XICW.
What made you want to start up XICW?
I was wrestling for my father at the time. Me and him had a personal falling out. I still wanted to wrestle for him, but he didn't want to use me. So I sat around for like 2 or 3 months waiting on him because we're both stubborn. So I was waiting on him to let me come back. He never let me come back. Me and Smiley sat around and we always talked about running our promotion. So then we thought that was a good time to start our promotion up. And here we are now, 24 years later.
I seen some of your, I don't know if it's all, but the matches I watch, you pull out like that flaming elbow drop.
Yeah, I've been doing the flaming elbow probably what 20, probably 25 years or so.
What made you want to add like the flaming or like fire part to it?
My dad used to do a move called the big elbow drop, where he'll body slam the guy and then he'll go to the corner and he'll come running out the corner. Because my dad was like 350 pounds, so he'd come running out the corner. He'd drop a big elbow drop. Boom, one, two, three. So I was sitting around and me and him was coming up with what I was going to do as a finisher. And I was like, "Hey, Pop, I want to do the big elbow drop, but I want to do it from the top rope and I want to set myself on fire." He was like, "Man, you crazy." So I started doing it and he loved it.
Do you have a list of favorite matches or moments from your career?
Too many to name right now, but my most fondest memory is winning the Midwest heavyweight title for the first time. That's the title that my dad held for so many years, and I won it my first year in the business, and that's one of my greatest moments right there.
I see on like your profile picture that you and one of your sons are the current tag champs.
No, 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 we're not the
Or
tag champs. Me and him, we just started tagging up.
uh,
Rhino and I are the Proven Ground tag champs, but yeah, me and Caden Monroe, we just started tagging up uh, a couple of months ago.
um, what made you guys want to team up?
Um, because growing up, I always said I wanted to tag with my father, which I did, and then I always said if I ever had kids, I wanted to tag up with them. So me and Malcolm Monroe III, we tagged up, and so when Caden became a wrestler, we automatically had to start tagging up. It's the Monroe dynasty, baby.
Did you help train any of your sons, or did they go to a school?
No, I stayed out of it. That was one of the things that I wanted to do. I sent them to the House of Truth because Truth is one of my best friends, and I didn't want to have no hands dealing with them training, just like my father sent me somewhere else to train.
Who would you say were some of your toughest opponents to face?
Toughest opponents, a guy named Tex Monroe. He's from the Detroit area. He's one of my toughest opponent. Necro Butcher, gotta say Necro Butcher. Um, Corporal Robinson was one of my toughest. Rhino, me and him had a bunch of battles. I mean, it's a list. I can go on and on.
Who is someone you would want to face in the future?
Someone wanted to face in the future. Homicide, the King of New York. I want to lock horns with him before I retire.
You brought up Rhino. I went back because I actually had Rhino on my podcast. Say, I think it was either earlier this month or late back in January, but I don't know where I was going with that. But you brought him up. You said you guys had many matches together.
Oh yeah, me and Rhino been together for a long time. He started out working for my dad back in the day, and I was doing security then. So I used to escort Rhino to the ring back in the day, and then Rhino and I both was trained by the same person. So we have that tied also. So when I was training, he used to come into the school and work out with me and all of that. And so we became friends after that. He went to my oldest daughter graduation because she wanted Uncle Rhino there. We have done tag matches together. We have fought each other, so we had a love-hate relationship, but it's all love now.
Yeah. You brought up that you were a security guard. I had Money Mike or Mike the security guard on, and he said that you started to help him get into like the business that he fought for like XICW. He told me he owes a lot to you, and he even shouted you out. He said
Oh,
you were
Mike TSG, huh?
said
My
you were a
old
great
pal.
man.
Yeah, that's my buddy Mike. A lot of people wouldn't give Mike a chance because he was a bleeder. Um, and
The
hardcore
culture
was
on that
kind of
part.
and hardcore wrestling was kind of dying out at that time. And Mike was trained by one of the guys that I had some of the greatest matches with, Mr. Insanity. So I started using Mike TSG back then, and Yeah, he was a great asset to XICW. He was one of the ones that helped build us up.
Do you think you're ever gonna go down or go wrestle for him and Glenn Berger's promotion, SCW?
You know, I I spoke to Mike about this, Money Mike, about this recently, uh, because we was together about a week or so ago, and you can never say never. I mean, right now, honestly, I don't see it, but
You're happy
I'm not gonna
with
put
where
all the
you're at?
business out there. People done seen the YouTube video and all of that shit stuff, so I don't need to go into details about some of that. But you can never say never.
Yeah. Like Undertaker said during his Hall of Fame speech, never say never.
Yeah, in this business, you can never say never.
Never. Who are some of your favorite people to watch? Like professionally, and then if you have any that you watch independently.
How old are you?
17.
17. Okay, I'm gonna throw some names out here. You might have to Google. Okay, so um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go far back, and you might know some of them, but the Sheik, Bobo
Heard of him.
Brazil, my dad, Dean Malenko, Triple H, the beginning Triple H, not the one spitting water, not that one.
Not the game.
um, Eddie, I don't, the Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. Um, oh man, it's a lot. The Midnight Express, Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane. Um, oh bro, it's a lot. Ric Flair. Um, it's a lot, bro. I could go on and on. You're just making me rack my brain right now. But it's a lot of people I could go on and on.
Funny enough, everyone that you've named I've heard of, if that surprises you.
Yeah, it kind of surprises me. That
Yeah.
means you've been research. And on a personal note, bro, that's what I like about you. You're even though you're only 17, you messaged me when you were 16, and I asked you. I said, "How old are you, kid?" You was like 16, and that's what I admire about you. Because when I was your age, I used to tell people, "Hey, I'm gonna be a pro wrestler." When I was in school, and they'd be like, "Man, you ain't gonna be no pro wrestler. No, you're not." And now all these years later, they all messaging me on Facebook like, "Hey, man, you said it and you did it." And that's what I like about you. You got that same passion that I had at that age, bro. So I'm kind of shocked that you know all of them, but deep down, I'm kind of not shocked.
Doing my research. I go back to watch like old matches, like current matches. I get a little mix of all of it.
Yeah, that's good. You have to.
Yeah. It's Money Mike, and Brian Colding or Big Rookie, Chuck, and some of them up at SCW are helping me learn about the business and like get into it. We've been I've been talking with them and stuff. I'm gonna end up getting up there either as a referee or manager. First was ref, and then I went to manager, so I got a bit to think about there.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, man. Those are three guys to take you under their wings, man.
Yeah, who knows? I
Chuck
might
and
make it
Brian,
down to
I've been knowing them for
XICW.
Chuck and Brian, I've been knowing for a long time. They used to work for my dad, and they have a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge.
Very. I've had almost all of them on the show, and they had a lot to say about their how long they've been in the business and like stories and stuff.
Yeah, they got some stories for you.
Yeah. When I had Brian on, it was like an hour long of us talking back and forth and him with stories and stuff. Um, who knows once I get next year, once I go up, get trained or whatever, I might, like I said, I'm gonna go up there to the SCW. Who knows, I might make it down to XICW.
That's good, bro. Follow your dreams. Don't let nobody keep you down.
No, too many people try to do that.
Yeah, just let
Uh,
the haters hate.
yep. See, I tell you my favorites of all time. First is Undertaker. I like all versions of Taker, like Dead Man, Biker, Ministry of Darkness. There's nothing that will make Taker's been in the business for so long, or was in the business for so long. There's so many things people can say about him, like good things. And there'll never be another Undertaker in the business.
Yeah, because I met him when I was a kid when he used to wrestle as Mean Mark Calloway back in NWA. So I met him a long time. I think I was your age. No, I was a little younger than you when I met him.
Lucky. Um, funny bring up Mean Mark. I have this Mean Mark Callis figure.
Oh man.
So I know all about Mean Mark, Undertaker, Streak, Texas Red. I do my research.
So that's great.
And then if I can find it somewhere around here. My second favorite, let me see, is nope, I can't find it. Is Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Takes the number two spot for me. I found one of them. One of them I got is this Jeff Hardy figure.
All right.
Funny enough, the first match that I watched, it wasn't live, wasn't like I said, wasn't live, wasn't so I it was on YouTube. Came up with my recommended. It was Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy, Raw 2002
Hmm.
in a ladder match, the WWF title. And that's what got me hooked.
Really?
Yeah,
I just seen a meme about that match on Facebook or TikTok or somewhere the other day.
like there was times where Jeff in the match was going up. Near the end, it looked like he was gonna win. But then Takers threw him off or choke slammed him off and then won. Then Jeff cut his promo or cut a promo after the match. Taker came back and raised Jeff's hand. And then Jeff just falls to the mat. That's why I tell everyone Taker's number one, Jeff's number two.
Good choices.
Let's see, Undertaker. Oh, I'll see if I can find this. Me. When I typed it in, first thing that comes up was something about getting goosebumps from Jim Ross's call during the match. Probably what you saw. First two things that come up are from TikTok. Yeah, there's a bunch of clips from that match on TikTok, so that's probably where you saw it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I probably saw it.
You know, and from that point on, I just followed both their careers, Taker's and Jeff's. I followed the streak, like Taker's WrestleMania streak,
Uh-huh.
followed what Jeff was doing. So when I started watching it like full time was like August of 2020. So it was near where Taker was like already retired before his Survivor Series farewell. But Jeff was still fighting in WWE. So every time I get on, I have like all of, like the 2K, like W 2K games.
Hmm.
So I play as either Taker or Jeff Hardy. Or something I like play as someone from like current day. Like currently like a Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Ray.
Hmm.
Do you have anyone in your career that you face that you would like to face again?
John Wayne Murdoch. I would like to face him again. Um, that's pretty much it. Or I mean, I'll face anybody, but that's one of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head is John Wayne Murdoch.
Once you hang up the boots and retire, do you think you're gonna retire, or still run XICW and get in like a manager role, or
I mean, I'll never. I mean, be out of the. I'm a die in the business, so I'll retire from in ring action.
yeah,
I know that's coming soon. Father Time. Nobody beats Father Time. Not even DBA. Even though DBA wins everything, I would not beat Father Time. So I know my in ring action come to an end. So I'll probably move on to XICW. Still gonna be around until I die. So I'll be around in XICW, whether it be a manager or whatever, I'll still be around.
have you ever faced Money Mike before?
Oh, plenty of times. Me and Money Mike done shit, we done fought all over. I think we done fought in Indianapolis. We done fought all over Detroit. Uh we done fought all over. Yeah, plenty of matches.
Did you see that he recreated a picture from 20 years ago?
No, I haven't seen it.
Let's see. In the picture, he's wearing an XICW shirt.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. So that's the
Oh
one
yeah.
he recreated.
Yeah, that's when I think we did the Brawl for Braxton. One of our good friends, Yukon Braxton, passed away. So the wrestling community got together and did a show, and that's what that title is, the
Yep.
Yukon Braxton title.
And he recreated it back at the X no SCW show just 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Because he said that someone, I think he said someone came up to him and wanted it to be want him to recreate it or something. He told me the story. I just don't remember it.
Oh, okay.
There was some story there. Yeah, he told me he's been in the business for so long that he can't feel nothing like anything in his head.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. Um, that's all I had for you. You know, say anything before I hop off?
No, man, I just want to say, I appreciate you doing this. I'm glad we finally our times finally linked up where we can get it done. I know we scheduled it a couple of times,
Yeah,
but you being so busy, me being so busy, but I'm glad we finally got it going. But
that's
man,
life,
I
man.
just wish you much success, bro. That's all.
Appreciate it. If you're in the area, stop by XICW's St. Patrick's Show.
Yep, yep. Clinton Township, 16 in Groesbeck on St. Patrick's Day. Come get some of this green beer and come watch us punch each other in the face.
Watch DBA what he does best.
That- That's right.
You have a good one.
You too, bro. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.